Okay. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
We're gonna get started. Everybody enjoying the rain? Ooh, so pretty. Don't you love how the desert smells when it rains?
Yeah.
I wish we could record smells and send them to people who don't live in such beautiful places. Anyway, good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in the heart of Las Cruces. And this beautiful Sunday morning, we're going to start singing.
You are sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love, God, sacred love is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are blessed peace is all that you are. You are blessed peace, God, blessed peace is all that you are. You are deepest joy is all that you are. You are deepest joy, God, deepest joy is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love, God, sacred love is all that you are. Sacred love is all that you are. Sacred love is all that you are. I see joy, I see peace, I see goodness surrounding me. I see love in every breath I breathe. I see God in everything. I see happiness, I see freedom. I see the beauty that lives in me. I see perfection in what life brings. I see God in everything. I feel joy, I feel peace, I feel goodness surrounding me. I feel love in every breath I breathe. I feel God in everything. I feel happiness, I feel freedom. I feel the beauty that lives in me. I feel perfection in what life brings. I feel God in everything. I know joy, I know peace, I know goodness surrounding me. I know love in every breath I breathe. I know God in everything. I know happiness, I know freedom. I know the beauty that lives in me. I know perfection in what life brings. I know God in everything. I know God in everything.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for those songs, Sarah and Doug. So welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living here in the heart of Las Cruces, where our vision is a world in loving partnership for the good of all. I want to welcome anyone visiting for the first time, and I'd like to welcome Karen home. Yay, we're so excited to have her back. I don't think I see any visitors for the first time. I also want to say happy birthday to our sister community, Unity. You are invited to stay after they have moved their service to 1:30 today, and after their service is a celebration at 2:30. So you can come back and celebrate with them at any point in there. They're going to be celebrating 20 years, so we're excited for them. Yeah. And I also want to just encourage you again, we're not doing meals after the service, but if you'd like to bring snacks to share and spend a little time hanging out. Now, they did set those tables up for their celebration, so we need to clean up if we make any mess there today. We are also collecting luggage for kids that are moving into foster care. Most of those children carry their things in trash bags, and so if we donate any luggage that we have, they can then have a sense of ownership. They have something they can take with them as they move through that system. So just bring it anytime to the center. We have someone that'll collect it and take it to the foster care children. And we have moved our spiritual circle discussion time. It used to be on Thursday afternoon. It is now Mondays from 11 to 12. It is only 1 hour. The newsletter said it was 3. It's not. 1 hour, 11 to 12, and it's over Zoom. It's a fun way to work through the Science of Mind magazine and discuss the articles and also anything that sparks your interest on Sunday morning, because Sunday mornings are related to what's going on in the Science of Mind magazine. So again, that's a new time, Mondays from 11 to 12 over Zoom. And we are excited that we started teaching Essential Earnest Homes. It started last Thursday, but it's not too late to join. If you'd like to take another class or take your first class, please sign up or let me know after the service. Over here on this wall, you will see the lovely creations that 2 teams of individuals from the class made on Thursday. It's fun because we just do different things to help us see how Spirit creates in and through us. So please join the class if you can. Also, save the date. Next Sunday after the service, we will have our Legacy Workshop put on by our Legacy Committee. And the Sunday after that is our memorial for Randy Brown, our musician that sadly passed early this spring. So we would like to commemorate his life and celebrate his life Sunday, September 25th after the service. We are also looking toward our next treasure sale, so start collecting your things, but hold on to them until around the second week of October, and then we will start loading those things into the center and organizing. And we are planning to have a booth at Pride, which is October 1st, Saturday, and there's a sign-up sheet in the social hall. We'll need help setting up, people to be at the booth and sell things from the bookstore and talk to people about who we are, and then people to help us clean up at the end of that event. And so please sign up for whatever aspect of that you can. We share the booth with Unity, so that's also a fun thing that we get to do together as a community. At this time, please welcome up our practitioner in service.
Well, good morning, all. Oh. Yeah, I have one of those very soft voices that no one can hear, so. My name is Doug Bailey. I'm the practitioner in service this morning, and I want to welcome you to this gorgeous day where our nature is making our world green. Isn't that nice in the desert? Well, let's just begin. We believe in the power of prayer. In the front of your seats in front of you, there are some prayer requests. We believe in spiritual mind treatment and affirmative prayer. And we have a group that meets from the four New Thought centers every Tuesday morning or Tuesday afternoon And we just love praying for you. We also love to hear the results that come out of those prayers. So please not only put your prayer request in, put your gratitude exclamations in, because we really appreciate hearing how our good effort works. And just remember that we are praying with you, and we are in the process of supporting you and creating that reality that you deserve and desire. Now is the time for song, silence, and prayer.
Here I am, a vessel to be used. Whatever Spirit needs of me, I will be, I will be, I will be. Here I stand. My heart is here to serve. Wherever love is leading me, I will go, I will go, I will go. Here I am, a vessel to be used. Whatever Spirit needs of me, I will be, I will be, I will be. Here I stand. My heart is here to serve. Wherever love is leading me, I will go, I will go, I will go. I will be, I will be, I will be.
Let us, in this moment of peace, allow ourselves to recognize that magnificent divine energy that is expressing in every facet of our life. Let us see it in the wonderful weather, the spectacular scenery, and just the magnificence that life is. Let us allow ourselves in this moment just to recognize that we truly are a conduit through which the divine expresses. That in each moment, at the core of our being is that core of perfection that is the divine. And allow ourselves to be open to that divine energy that does at all times express through us, that truly is energizing that internal perfection, that truly is available to us to guide us to that place where we can express life more fully, more magnificently. Let us allow ourselves in this morning to see that perfection expressing through the music, through the wonderful words of each person that's presenting this morning. And allow ourselves to know that we truly are blessed by each person in our experience. Allow ourselves to be open and see that divinity expressing through each person present here, through Reverend Rice in her words this morning, and through just each person present. So for the joy that life is, I give thanks, and so it is. Oh, I'm sorry. I have some of the most wonderful reading that comes out of Eric Butterworth. No, it's Eric Butterworth. It has been said, when the ties that bind the mind are broken and a person is introduced to his real self that has no limitations, the bells of heaven ring out for joy. That is what Jesus had in mind when he said, "It is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom." That's from Luke 12:32. As the universe rushes and streams into you from all sides, it is a cosmic celebration of ecstasy. It could be said that we are, the universe is celebrating itself as you. Shortly before he died, Thomas Edison was asked to define electricity. He said impatiently, "No one knows really what it is, only what it does. But it exists. And use it." Not Jesus nor all the mystics of all time have been able to define the infinite power within us. But they have all implied in their teaching, it exists. Use it. Charles Fillmore said that life for each of us should be a journey in jubilance. This implies a willingness to let life be a constant experience of celebration. Thomas Carlyle had this in mind when he said, "Every day that is born into the world comes like a burst of music and rings the whole day through. And you make of it a dance, a dirge, or a life march at your will." Thank you.
The song is called "Called to Be," and it's by Faith Rivera.
I am called to be a healer for all humanity. I am called to be a dreamer, believe in what can be. I am called to be a maker, be an instrument of peace. I am called to be a giver, of abundance I receive. I am called to be a prayer, living out the truth I seek. I am called to be everything. I am called to be the glory here on earth that all might see, all the love and all the beauty that shines in you and me. I am the living, breathing God, and you are one in the broken-hearted free. We are called to be forgiveness where pain is run too deep. We are called to be compassion, be the wind beneath each wing. We are called to make communion, only then can we succeed. We are called to be a prayer, living out the truth we seek. We are called to be everything. We are called to be, called to be the glory here on earth that all might see. All the love and all the beauty that shines in you and me. We are the living, breathing God, and you are one in me. We're called to be peace, called to be joy, called to be love, called to be peace, called to be joy, called to be free, called to be peace, called to be joy, called to be love, called to be.
Thank you, Sarah. We're so glad you were called to sing for us here at the center. We are so grateful that she stepped up in all the work that she does and puts into providing us with beautiful music each Sunday. So thank you again, Sarah. Let's give her another. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And we have another calling that is getting ready to come up and speak, and that's the calling of ministry. And Reverend Bonny Allen Rice has been a religious science minister since 1983. After living in Los Angeles for 48 years, Reverend Bonny moved to Las Cruces, New Mexico, to become the senior minister at the Mastery and Life Center, which now is known as the Center for Spiritual Living in the heart of Las Cruces, our very own community. She has a long list of how she served during her ministry, which can be seen on our newsletter and on our website. Since she has retired, I have been blessed to have her as a right-hand person, someone to lean on, and a guest speaker here at the center. So please warmly welcome Reverend Bonny Allen Rice.
I've been instructed to put this close to my mouth. For those of you who've been on Zoom, you will know if it isn't close to your mouth, you're not hearing it. So, well, I am so pleased to be here. And one of the things I want to tell you that I'm really pleased about is that there's a triple threat here. When I first arrived in 1998, back in the day, the Baileys were here. So I called them and I said, okay, you two are up with me at some point. And they went, okay, we'll do September. And here they are. And I am very honored that they are here because they are emeritus practitioners, emeritus. In fact, I signed the paperwork so they could be emeritus, along with Geneva. And I just am so honored that they decided that, they'd come along and do this. They're retired, ha, ha, ha. For those of us who retire in the name of God, it doesn't seem to happen that way. But anyway, thank you. I'm very honored you were both here. It's been an interesting week, don't you think? I don't know about you. I can only speak for myself, but I lost somebody that I have always felt very dear to my heart. And as I watched this happening, I was thinking about the Queen and how she has inspired me. You know, us Virgos have this mantra that says, I serve. And the person who in my life has always been the person who exemplified that saying was the Queen. If I ever got discouraged about anything or had a bad day in the emergency room or visiting patients or coming to church services to do services, whatever it was, and there was any question mark that came up in my head, I would immediately go to her picture and remind myself of what service really means, the value of I serve, because she personified it to me. Now I know as I've been watching things on the television, or actually on my computer since I stream, I have been impressed with how much people have also related to that about her and her constancy. These are not words we use a lot anymore, but I think that they're words that are of great value. I don't think they lose their shine. So for me, it's been a sad week, but at the same time, it's been a good week. Especially when I got to see those little film strips of her two grandsons walking together with their wives down the street. And I thought that right where she was smiling. It's difficult to have problems in the family. It's difficult, especially when you are as obviously present with the world as they all are. Those of us who are not as present with the world can have troubles with our families, and nobody's going to know about it unless they're really close to you. But the fact of the matter is that it's not unusual. And as I was sitting there watching the four of them walk down the street, talking to people along the way as they went and, just being themselves, I really did see her smiling. There's an energy that I want to talk about a little bit this morning that would help us understand this synergy and what to do about it. Because sometimes we get ourselves into these things and go, I don't know how I'm going to get myself out. So I wanted to talk about that for just a second. There's an energy that goes along with separation. We come together in this energy as people who are going to work. There's a place where we work. There's an energy that attracts us there. There's an energy that attracts us to our friends. There's an energy that attracts us to our enemies. There's an energy that attracts us to whatever our next lesson may be. And those who are really aware are going to remember this and know it in their hearts because it happens. It unfolds. It is what it is. And that energy may come around and it may end in confrontation. It may end in separation of space. One's here, one's there. There's many ways that it comes to an end, but one of the ways that it comes to an end in separation is in hostility. We don't agree. You don't like this, I don't like it. I like that. You don't like that. And we get into it. So this morning I thought I would talk about how not to get into it and how to stay separated from it, recognizing at its level of consciousness exactly what you're doing. And this is the way the energy works. And it will work with you as you do it. So, there you are, and somebody is pouring out their anxiety with you, and they're telling you all this stuff that you've done that they don't like. You did this, you did that, I didn't like that, on and on and on. And I just want you to think about what your reactions to these commentaries would be. What's your reaction? Give it back as good as you got it? Well, that's a reaction, isn't it? War is a reaction. Scuffles are a reaction. Fisticuffs are a reaction. But to sit and realize what that energy is all about, that it's about separation. And what is the separation? We don't agree? Fine, we don't agree. Do I get upset about that? No. You're perfectly free not to agree with me. Where do I go when this presents itself? So there's several places you can go. You can go and be even in that energy with that other person. So you're confronting and confronting. Or you can rise above it. And how do you do that? You make a decision to rise above it. You make a decision not to participate in it. You make a decision to move it up. You make a decision to go higher. Rise above it. So there's really no reaction from you. So you're not engaging in this energy. You're rising above it. Or you are just simply allowing yourself, as the water rises, to stay on top of it and just float. Does that make sense? Do you do this? Because sometimes it's really hard when that little hook reaches out and it grabs you by some emotion you've got, and it goes, get in here with me. Welcome to the fight. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. And so as I was watching the brothers walk down the street, I realized that they had come to a place where they were rising above it. They were taking it higher. And certainly the death of their mother had helped that. They were put in a place where they needed to think about rising above it because, oh, they could. Because, oh, you can anytime you want. You can rise above it. And then, as things work their way out and as things go as they do, there is the coming back together, or there is the separation, and things are peacefully gone in their own direction. Because that's the way we choose to live it. And so I smiled as I watched the brothers walk down the street. Not that I don't have any trouble with my twin. He and I have been fighting since the day we were born. But if I tell him that, he will disagree with me, just because he's so used to it. So he will disagree with me, and I will say, that's all right, we'll rise above it. And then no more is ever said after that. Recently, I've gone through a shift, and some of you have been going through this with me as you've been here listening to me talk, because what I've been going through has been in this incredible sense of healing. in my life. And I haven't had a thing to do with it. It started when I started letting go and letting God. Because I minded what was being said to me. I paid attention, and I decided that, yes, even when I didn't want to do that, I was going to do it. No matter how much I gritted my teeth and didn't want to do it, I would do it. And I have begun to watch the world around me in collaboration with me, moving around in a healing manner. And so some of the most amazing things have been going on. But of course, what have I been doing? I've been learning. Because, even at my age, I'm still learning. And as we go on and we let go, sometimes the thing that makes us let go is that, as I'm watching the brothers walk down the street, the death of somebody dearly beloved and valued, and suddenly you realize life is going on. And suddenly you realize, and at the beginning of this year when I lost 9 friends within 3 months, it was like, yes, and I have to let them go. And I don't want to. I'm not ready. They were, obviously. They were ready to go. I wasn't. So, letting go and letting God. It's an old saying. It's well worn. But the bottom line on it is that it is a work of art in your life. It is a work of art. It is the art of a healing work. No matter how I put that, it comes back to be exactly the same. It is moving in through and around us to take us to a healing place. It could be the work that we're doing. Certainly it was my work for 40 years. Did I think I'd retire? No, I didn't. But I'm really picky about what it is I'm doing next. You know how that goes. So these are works of art because you are a work of art. You are one of God's creation. What does that make you? A work of art in the eyes of God, Yahweh, Spirit, whatever you want to call that which is greater than we are. You are a work of art. And when I look at you all, that's exactly what I see. Music, prayer, the beingness of who you are, which is like none other. Could it be any better? Or am I just singing to the choir here? I think I'm singing to the choir. Yeah, I do. So, the letting go is important. The next word I want to use, though, is intention. Because as I've said to you before, healing was my intention. It was my intention from when I was, as I told you before, out doing my walkabouts between 12 and 14 and finding the magazine, as all of that said you were headed in this direction. And when I was in my 20s going to a retreat, and the word that came out of the retreat was healing, and I finally got it. Well, I've been in healing all my life. Bonny and I, growing up in Christian Science, we were very used to the word healing. We were very used to the word practitioner. We were used to these words. These were words that were in us and through us and of us. So, I'm going to ask you to think for a moment about your word of intention. This would be the word of intention for your soul journey, for your life journey. Could be the same word, maybe it's a different word. What do you see as a spiritual word that has been a part of your life so far? You don't have to tell me. I just want you to think about it. If you don't know what the word is, ask Spirit this week to reveal it to you. You can get what you ask, All you have to do is ask. And is that word a word of intention about your life? Is that what that is? Anybody want to say? Thank you. Okay. Love. So, that's my word of intention. Now, following that, certain colors came into the palette of my palette that I carry with me of my life. Green, which to me became the color of healing. Yellow, which because of being in Christian Science, for me, the color of the Christ was yellow. It means different things to other people. I had a woman yesterday tell me that yellow is the color of the snake of transformation. She's an American Indian. And then there's peach, which I didn't deliver. I didn't really delve into until, maybe about 20, 30 years ago. Peach, the color of forgiveness. There's colors that you have on your palette. If you look at your clothes, you might see some of them, because you usually wear them. If you're go into your living quarters and see what the color is around you that you have in your living quarters. Maybe that's part of your palette. But all of these are part of your palette of work, because you are the work, are you not? No matter how that expresses in you. If I'm healing as a chaplain, if I'm healing as a practitioner, if I'm healing with a prayer, if I'm healing with kind words, these are all a part of the palette of my life. Picasso said, if you took my crayons away from me, I would find something else to color with. If you took that away from me, I'd find something else to color with. If you took that away from me, I'd find a pencil. And if you took that away from me, I would spit on my finger and write on the wall. That was Picasso. What a wonderful thing to say. And that's how I feel. Each of us is making a picture of ourselves that people will hold in their memory. And they will remember you by that picture, or that color, or that word of intention. They will remember you by it. So yesterday, I brought with myself the Native American prayer, Walks in Beauty. I think most of you know it. And I began our Healing Wings retreat by sharing that with everybody. Our Healing Wings retreat was supposed to be at the retreat center. It wasn't. This is when you get to let go. So we were given a certain amount of money, which was quite considerable, and we could put this very large retreat together. That's not how it worked out. So, first of all, we realized that all the people that we thought would sign up did not. And we thought that all the people who would come did not. And so we had to downsize. So we started pulling back. And because it was being put on by the Potters Association, the Las Cruces Pottery, and also by Agave Art Gallery, we moved it to the yard next to Agave, which you may know, which is where the Healing Wings are, by the way. So Bonnie's been there, she knows where it is. It's a beautiful garden, and it has this huge tree. And then over next to it, on the wall, it has a pomegranate tree. And the pomegranates are all in bloom. And beautiful, I mean, just beautiful. So we wound up with 10 people, plus ourselves, which was almost equal, because we were quite a group putting it together. And there we were. And everybody, when we finished, all of us that put it together went out and had lunch together and decided that, you know what? It worked out perfectly. So when things change and we don't move and we don't like the change, then we don't really know what else is offered. But if you will let go and let that spirit move through you, you may find a bigger gift than the one you thought you were going to open. Does that make sense? And here we had these wonderful people. We had an artist who talked about, through her paintings, which were huge, of a woman. First with her back, you get her back in the painting. And the second one is her back with fill-in. And the third one is her facing out. And it's all about a woman going through pandemic, going through COVID, with her back to it, not knowing what to expect, with a little filling in because time has passed and things have changed, and then how she turns around and faces the world after she has lost her friends and family. And she has a huge heart here. And this woman got up and explained to everybody exactly why she painted all three of these paintings. And it was incredibly beautiful. And by the time she was finished, almost everybody there was in tears because they suddenly saw and felt exactly what they had gone through with their own families, because she had taken this time to put all this out there for people to see. She had done a painting of her experience in life. And when we speak to each other, are we not speaking about our experiences in life and how they've affected us? Maybe we don't paint it. Maybe we make pottery that expresses it. Or maybe we do something else that brings it to everybody's attention and to their heart. You are the practitioner in your life. You are the healer of your life, and then that moves on and out to others. Gloria Steinem said, "The art of life is not controlling what happens to us, but by using what happens to us." Lawrence Kushner said, "We understand that ordinary people are messengers of the Most High. And I don't care who that person is. I don't care if they're homeless. I don't care if they're totally drunk, totally high. They may be telling you things you need to hear. No matter how that person shows up, they have something to share with you. And one of the most compassionate acts in life is to be able to open your ears and hear what they're saying to you. Hear it. They are about their tasks in holy anonymity, often even unknown to themselves. Yet they had not been there, if they had not been there, if they had not said or did what they did, we would not be the way we are now. You may be the messenger. You may be the messenger. Have you ever said something to somebody and said to yourself, gee, where'd that come from? And then later had that person come back to you and say, I'm so glad you said that. You were the messenger. Your life has value. Your life is of great value, and don't let anybody ever tell you it's not. And don't you believe it. Don't you ever believe that your life does not have value, that you are not a spiritual expression of the quality and the quantity of life. That you are not blessed, for you are. Again, you are the practitioner of your life. You are the healer of your life and others. And that is the healing work that you are doing with yourself. Oh, and then maybe with others as well. Namaste. So as the practitioners join us around the room, and as each of us in that healing presence and work that we do before us, let us go into prayer to give thanks, to recognize that which is divine within and all around us, everywhere present, to recognize that right where we are, that which is greater than we are is within and all around. We are simply all one. I know that as we go about this week, that is a week that shines before us, the light present on the path in front of us, no matter what the conditions before us, that life radiates from us as us. And we are illumined from within and around, shining that light, walking forward, doing that work as we play, as we pray, as we love. That work is ours to do. Recognizable or not recognizable, recognized or not recognized, we do that work. And we are blessed in the doing of that work. For it is great within us, and it sings loudly and is happy and joyous to be right here where we are, always with us. I am so grateful, Spirit. I am so grateful. I am grateful to let go and let that healing presence work in, through, and around me. To know beyond a shadow of a doubt that whether I am consciously aware of that work within my heart, that which comes from within and around me, I still do the work and have that intention that is so great that it moves through me in ways known and unknown as I go through this week. What a blessing. How divine we are. How great is the divinity within and all around us. How blessed are we. I give thanks, and I simply let it be, and so it is. You want me to sit down? Well, you know us elders, we have to make sure.
This song is called "You Can Do This Hard Thing." It's by Carrie Newcomer, and it really speaks to me of just the messages of healing and encouragement we bring to each other in just deeply difficult times. So I offer this to you with love and whatever point of challenge you're facing right now.
There at the table with my head in my hands, a column of numbers I just could not understand. You said, add these together, carry the two. Now you can do this hard thing. You can do this hard thing. It's not easy, I know, but I believe that it's so. You can do this hard thing. At a cold winter station, breathing into our gloves, it would change me forever, leaving for God knows what. You carried my bags. You said, I'll wait for you. You can do this hard thing. You can do this hard thing. It's not easy, I know, but I believe that it's so. You can do this hard thing. Late at night I called and you answered the phone. The worst it had happened and I did not want to be alone. You quietly listened. You said, we'll see this through. You can do this hard thing. You can do this hard thing. It's not easy, I know, but I believe that it's so. You can do this hard thing. Here we stand breathless and pressed in hard times, hearts hung like laundry on backyard clotheslines. Impossible just takes a little more time. From the muddy ground comes a green volunteer. In a place we thought barren, new life appears. Morning will come whistling some comforting tune for you. You can do this hard thing. You can do this hard thing. It's not easy, I know, but I believe that it's so. You can do this hard thing.
Wow. Thank you again, Sarah, and I want to thank Reverend Bonny. Thank you, thank you. I think that the reason we can do that hard thing is because we are that work of art that you talked about, God expressing in the world. So perfect song, perfect message for this morning. And so now is the time when we consider giving back to the center. And I want to remind people there are cards in the back if you're interested in helping us chop away at the mortgage. We're getting so close. We just can feel our names on that title. This will be our own home. So we're very excited about that. So that is a way that you can give back to the center. And we also continue to accept your tithes and offerings that support keeping the doors open and that work that we do to help people meet those hard things in their lives and be able to do them and remember the truth of who they are. This month, 10% of all that comes through the center is going to the Amador Health Center, where they believe that every person has the right to be seen and treated regardless of insurance coverage, criminal background, immigration status, sexual orientation, drug use, or ability to pay. By staying true to this core belief, the Las Cruces Health Center has enabled countless residents to find the care they need to build a stronger life. And then they offer, if you are in need of medical care, behavioral health care, drug or alcohol recovery, or are just looking for a network of support, the Amador Health Center's doors are open to you. So we're grateful that they are a presence in our community, and we are supporting them with 10% of all that comes through and is offered to our center this month. So at this time, let's affirm together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, in me. And let's sing, I Am So Blessed.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
So thank you again, and we are blessed today to have 4 practitioners out there on the floor. So please look for that turquoise stole, and if you have a challenge that you would like them to support you in, if you want to experience more of being in that work of art that Reverend Bonny talked about, let them pray with you, because every time we pray with you, we are praying for ourselves as well. And at this time, don't forget Unity's birthday celebration this afternoon if you'd like to stick around for that, and we will sing our closing song,
Peace on.
Peace on Earth.